Okay, so this is going to be slightly different camera review that you normally find on my channel. This is iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I just want to share my honest opinion about the camera and things and other things. So basically, I have switched to Apple devices last week, and I really try to challenge myself and see how long I will be able to last with my SIM put in this smartphone. I have to say, I was quite impressed how easy and quickly it was to move stuff from my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra into this iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is good point. I have to say, I really like the selfie camera. It is reliable, probably one of the most reliable selfies that you can find on the market. I'm not sure about skin tones. I look a little bit too red, but dynamic range is looking really good. But let me take some selfies and talk a little bit more about this device. Okay, but let's check on stabilization. This is 4K 30 FPS, and you can see it's not the best. Okay, I am holding this phone on a small tripod. The quality looks okay, but yeah, stabilization, it's not the best. You know, as a Android user for the last 15 years, you know, I really wanted to try and see what is this all about the Apple devices, why people are so obsessed with this. And I just could never understand why. You know, Android will give you so much more choices. You got flip, folding phones, you know, different designs. I mean, Apple is boring. I mean, last couple of series look exactly the same. So this is something that I'm not really, you know, keen on. Not to mention about the slow charging. You know, some of the phones still have 90 Hz refresh rates when you can get 144 on some Motorola devices. So in terms of this, Android devices are way ahead in my opinion. But let's carry on with review and switch to main sensor. This is stabilization again. I don't think there's nothing crazy here. ×2. We got telephoto ×5. I quite like the quality here, and again the color is looking pretty accurate. Let's see how far we can actually get. ×15. This is a maximum zoom, and switch back to ultra wide angle. But I want to take some pictures now. Also, this is the ultra wide angle on 4K, and there is no 8K. You know, you not getting as many features as you would find on Android devices. You know, some of the Xiaomi, the Chinese brands, have some pretty incredible camera features. You got a dual mode video, a clone, all the features. You know, I'm really huge fan of those Zeiss optics or Leica. You know, for those portrait photography. Yes, iPhone is okay, but in my opinion, this is nothing crazy, not even close to what Vivo and some of the Xiaomi devices can offer, in my opinion. You let me know your thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to run through the camera layout. You can see time lapse, you got your slow-mo, different resolution and frame rates, cinematic video. I like the fact there is a 4K. You can change the aperture, which is always a good thing. Video resolution, sadly, there's no 8K. However, you got the action mode and the ProRes HDR, which is a nice quality, I have to say. photography here. You can shoot raw if you want to play around with it more. But let me check on, let me go to photography. Here you go portrait ×2 and then ×5. Panorama, and that's about it. But when you go to photo, I like macro. I am a huge fan of macro photography, and proper macro focal length is about 100 millimeters equivalent. What I've noticed here with with iPhone, you have to get like really close. I mean, you can get like really close. Look at that. However, I prefer that kind of a focal length. But as you can see, it doesn't look really macro. But when you get closer, the quality is not the best. So stick to ×1 and then you'll be fine. Okay, so this is cinematic video, 4K 30 FPS ×1. I like the quality. Let me know what you think. And if you enjoy my content, huge like and sub to the channel will be very appreciated. But let's switch to ×2 now and see the difference. Okay, so we see my wife's doing this, so I was not too sure if you can actually switch between the lenses during recording, but as you can see, you can actually do that. So happy with that. But let's take some portrait photography shots now. This is cinematic video or portrait video mode, however you want to call it. I like the fact that there is 4K on selfie camera, and then you can use it on the rear cameras too, which is always a good thing. So yeah, I think there's way more things that I didn't like about this phone that I like the customization, notification, the keyboards. Like, I was really struggling to get used to it. I found it way more difficult. Some of the settings you have to go, like in fact, the camera settings, you have to get off from the camera, go to general settings, scroll through the camera. Like, it doesn't make sense for me. Why cannot just do this in the camera settings? So no, really not impressed. There was only 3 things that I like. The first one is very fast face unlock, which I was really impressed about. Second one is the battery. Really impressed, even though this is not the biggest battery, but it lasts all day easily. Probably one of the best batteries I have ever tested on the phone. And the last one is the selfie. I think this is one of the most reliable selfies camera. But let's take a few more pictures and move on to some low light conditions now. Selfie camera, 4K 30 FPS, just enjoying a little ride on my bike. Actually, this is a new bike that I'm testing. Really nice bike. This is stabilization. What do you think? But I want to take some selfies now. So this is the cinematic video, and it's keep telling me that I need more light in order to work this properly. I don't know, you let me know what you think about the quality. So far, I have to say, I'm not that impressed, honestly. For what you're actually paying, I would expect a lot more. But let's carry on with some pictures. This is 4K 30 FPS. I like the stabilization. The quality looks okay. ×1. As you can see, the footage looks exactly the same. There's no difference in white balance. I notice sometimes some of the phones are struggling with this. ×2. That's not bad at all. This is times 5, but let's go maximum zoom and let's see if we can actually read the time. Times 15, 10 to 11. Yeah, not bad at all. And switching back to ultra wide angle. HDR resolution. Shame I am limited to recording. It's showing me 29 minutes, which is a bit of shame, and I also cannot record 4K 60 FPS. It is telling me that I need external storage in order to do that, which is again a bit of shame. I was making camera comparison between this phone and Galaxy S24. However, I did not finish that video because I was struggling to transfer files from iOS to my tablet. This is a really pain in my opinion. If you got all the devices, then you know the iDrop is ideal. However, Android, not ideal at all. So in my opinion, we've got just too many limitations. I will not be switching to Apple device for sure. You let me know your thoughts about iPhone and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.